Tonight on the Muskie Daily, we'll look at what's happening in the new Concord Village Council.
Muskies get honors in the OAC, all that and more on tonight's episode of the Muskie Daily.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Muskie Daily. I'm Carissa Kent.
And I'm Matt Trila, topping off your news today. The Village Council meeting took place on Monday, November 7th. The council meeting members went over various subjects. Beekeeping was on the topic that could not be discussed. Beekeeping is not in the zoning code. The committee policy does not feel comfortable addressing this issue. One topic that was agreed upon was the hiring of a new part-time officer in the new Concord area. Matt Woods, who temporarily filled this summer, became the new operations manager full-time after the previous manager passed away. In other news, the new mayor of New Concord, Brett Essex, addressed the opening of the Wallhouse Hotel.
The indoor track season is quickly approaching for Muskingum University. With cross-country coming to a close, Jacob Gleason, head track and cross-country coach, is getting his indoor participants ready for the start of the season. Since there is no indoor track facility on campus, Gleason has to get creative so his participants can practice for the indoor season. With the weather being in favor for Gleason and his track and field team, they are able to utilize the track and also the areas for throwing events, high, long, and triple jump, and also for sprinters and hurdlers. This gives the Fighting Muskies a chance to focus more on the outdoor season and be able to improve and be at their best at the end of the season. The Fighting Muskies will begin their season on Saturday, December 5th at Mount Union.
Muskegon volleyball players Taylor Fatherly and Taylor Matthews were honored for this 2015 season. Sophomore middle hitter Taylor Fatherly was named the All-OAC second team, and Taylor Matthews was named an honorable mention selection. Fatherly was brought in 349 kills, a career high of 19 playing against Mount Union, and 88 blocks. She credits Brooke Scott for helping her get such a high amount of kills this year. Matthews, on the other hand, got 1,033 assists and averaged 9.5%. Her career total assists was 1,582. They said winning the awards made losing the first round of the OAC tournament less disappointing. They are both impressed with their hard work, and they are happy with the improvements from last year. Matthews and Fatherly will expect to return next year as juniors and will attempt to lead the Muskies to victory.
I was surprised after all the stuff that we've been through. It was kind of a relief to know that hard work and, pushing through all the stress of the season, it paid off.
Yeah, it was rough, and I wasn't even thinking about I'm going to try to get an award or something, so it was kind of a shock.
The Protect Your Balls volleyball tournament was played in the Recreation Center on Friday, November 13th. Caitlin Lamb is a sophomore at Muskingum and oversaw the tournament. It was established to raise money for cancer research and was organized by Muskingum University's Relay for Life team. Lamb has a personal tie to the American Cancer Society as she lost her grandfather to a cancer as a child. Although Lamb appreciates the large audience, she hopes that in years to come, more people participate in the volleyball games. Lamb believes that with more people involved, they can raise more money to make a bigger difference in cancer research. All of the proceeds go to the American Cancer Society. That is all for your local news. After the break, we will be taking a look at the situation in Paris
and the stance of the state of governors on the new issue of immigration.
We have the music. We have the cameras. We have the talent. Orbit Media, where the magic happens.
On the story. On the quad. On the scene. This is the Muskie Daily.
From the air on the ground. The push of the defeat ISIS is intensifying this as the hunt for those responsible for Friday's massacre in Paris continues. Diane Gallagher is in Paris with an update.
The fight against ISIS has included many countries for some time, but after Friday's deadly attacks in Paris, that fight is intensified. French warplanes delivered a third day of airstrikes in the militant group's stronghold, Raqqa, Syria. Now, Russian jets have also pounded ISIS targets there. France has appealed to Russia and the United States to join forces with their coalitions to fight ISIS. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry is in Paris, meeting with President Francois Hollande. Kerry says that attacks like in Paris cannot be tolerated.
No, this is not normal. It will not be normal. It will not become normal. This is an aberration.
Meanwhile, in the hunt for those behind Friday's bloody rampage through Paris, French authorities carried out 128 new raids. To help them carry it out, 115,000 law enforcement officials have been mobilized across the country. And they're looking for this man, believed to be the 8th attacker in Friday's rampage. He's Salah Abdeslam, a 26-year-old French citizen. French investigators are uncovering new links between the men who carried out Friday night's deadly attack in Paris and ISIS leaders in Syria. They believe this man, Abdelhamid Aaboud, is the mastermind of the attack. He's a Belgian citizen with direct ties to ISIS chief Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. A source tells CNN prior to the Paris attack, the anti-ISIS coalition tried to target Aaboud, but failed.
Fallout from the Paris terror attacks becoming a partisan political issue is several states across the U.S. At least 27 governors are now on record opposing the Obama administration's plan to resettle 10,000s of Syrians in the U.S. next year. All but one of those governors are Republican. Opposition to the resettlement plans exploding after it was revealed at least one suspect in the Paris attack slipped into Europe posing as a Syrian refugee. Governors in 7 states have said they will accept refugees. Several others haven't commented on the issue. Only the federal government has legal authority to limit or control immigration based on long-standing law and the U.S. Constitution. But individual states can limit or deny services to refugee populations.
A flight preparing to take off from Baltimore returned to the gate due to concerns over some passengers. Authorities say the Spirit Airlines flight was headed to Chicago when it returned to the gate at BWI Thurgood Marshall Airport early Tuesday morning. Initially, 4 passengers were taken off the plane for questioning. Authorities say they were removed after a member of the crew expressed concerns about their suspicious activity. No details about those concerns were released. The remaining passengers were then forced to exit while security officers and police dogs searched the jet and baggages. TSA agents cleared the aircraft for takeoff after 3 hours after its scheduled departure. Police didn't say if the 4 passengers initially removed for questioning were allowed back on the flight. Several possible tornadoes touched down in the Texas Panhandle Monday night, and there is a lot of damage. An apparent tornado leveled a Halliburton plant east of Pampa. The plant closed a month ago, and no one was inside. Emergency crews worked to contain chemical spills. Meanwhile, several thousand customers around the area lost power. So far, there are no reports of injuries. That is all for your look at current events around the globe.
And after the break, we will have a look at your local weather forecast, and we'll also have a Muskie sports update.
This is Will Mullins, and I want to encourage you to watch Chapel on Orbit TV Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Thanks.
Find out what decisions are being made at Student Senate that could affect your campus organization by tuning into Orbit TV on Tuesdays at 11 in the evening, and again on Wednesday through Sunday at 10 in the morning and 6 and 11 in the evening.
Tonight will be mostly cloudy with a cooler temperature of 49. Tomorrow, it will be mostly cloudy with a 60% chance of showers in the afternoon, with temperatures rising to a high of 70. Tomorrow night, expect showers throughout the evening and into the night with a colder temperature of 50 degrees. The Muskie football team ended their season on a positive note with a 49-35 OAC victory over Wilmington College on Senior Day at McConaughey Stadium. Senior Cody Williams passed for 92 yards, freshman Nick Asturi rushed for 150 yards, and sophomore Damon Jones received for 70 yards. Wilmington's Luke Credit passed for 430 yards. The Muskies overall passed for a total of 126 yards, rushed for 283 yards with 4 turnovers and a total possession time of 26 minutes and 51. The new Muskie men's basketball coach Travis Schwab opened the new season on the 14th. They pulled out a 90-83 overtime win against Waynesburg freshman Jalen Page, posted 24 points. Junior Joshua Glass had 11 rebounds, while Page had 7 assists overall, and the Muskies recorded 46 rebounds, 19 assists, and 17 turnovers. Tonight, the Muskies take Oberlin on the road with tip-off at 7:30. Muskingum's Colton Richardson finished 4th in the 197-pound bracket on Saturday, November 14th. The season opening contest was at the Washington and Jefferson Invitational. Freshman Toby Warrington of the 133-pound weight class went 3-2. On Thursday, November 19th, the Muskies will take on Waynesburg at home. We will be back after the break with your campus events.
We have the music. We have the cameras. We have the talent. Orbit Media, where the magic happens.
On the story. On the quad. On the scene. This is the Muskie Daily.
Christmas on campus has been providing for children in need for the last 26 years. Students have the opportunity to give a gift to a less fortunate child through the Christmas on Campus program by teaming up with roommates, floor mates, and clubs and our other organizations. Any students interested in participating should contact Alex Arnold or Penny Seelock for more information.
Come on down to The Price is Right, hosted by Muskie Programming Board on Friday, November 20th at 9 in the evening in the bottom of the Chess Center. Play for free and win awesome prizes. They will be hosting another event called Win-Win. You could win free coupons for the Win Cafe. This event is on Saturday, November 21st at the 9 in the evening in the bottom of the Chess Center.
The genre is chosen for now. You have to chance to pick an artist. Whoever you pick will headline this year's big concert. Every vote counts, so make your choice heard by voting now until midnight on November 20th on OrgSync.
Thanksgiving break is just around the corner, and any students wishing to remain in any of the residence halls during this time need to complete a permission to stay form in order to be allowed to do so. The form is available to be filled out on OrgSync, and it is required to be completed by no later than Monday, November the 23rd at noon. That is it for this episode of the Muskie Daily. Check back tomorrow for more local news.
Also, be sure to pick up a copy of the Black and Magenta and tune into WMCO 90.7 for more local events.
Have a good day, New Concord.